Today I'm going to be showing you all of the art that I've made so far in my student career. I'm a art student at UCSD. I'm a third-year art student at UCSD. I'm a media major, studio minor, and I've taken some drawing classes, painting classes, photography, and film classes. So if you're like considering going to UCSD and you have questions about the program, comment them down below. I will do my best to answer them. But today I'm going to be showing you guys my like portfolio, I guess. I don't know. I'm just showing you like the work that I've done so far, or my favorite pieces out of the work that I've done. I'm going to try to show this stuff like relatively in the order that I made it, but it might get out of order because I don't remember. Also, just for context, before I went to college, I didn't really do art. They didn't offer like art at my high school. I like would sketch in a sketchbook sometimes, but just don't be too harsh, okay? Because I don't know what I'm doing. So this is my first sketchbook from my very first art class ever in freshman year of college. I honestly don't even remember what's in here. This is like one of the first like portraits I ever did. This is meant to be Mia Goth. If you know the picture, you know it's not really super accurate, but it definitely could be worse. Before this, I had done like one other like portrait where I actually sat down and like tried that. I'm just gonna show you if there's like anything relatively interesting in here. I mean, like this was basically just a sketchbook like I would use for exercises in my class. I did more characters from the movie X, which is a movie that I really like. It's like a freaky comic book like character that I was designing for class, based off the book Eileen. What else? This is like a really stupid comic that I made for an assignment. Hope you couldn't see it. For one of my assignments in that first class that I was talking about. I'll show this for like 1 second. It's so bad. We had to do like a whole like comic book page thing. I don't know why I didn't draw like anything in detail. I don't know. It looks really stupid, and this story is really stupid too. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what this is. We have him, and then him, and then this. Okay, and then another exercise we had to do was this thing where you had to draw one object from we had to draw one object 3 times. Once from your memory, once from life, and once from a picture. So this was, I chose my jacket hanging on my chair. This is the one that I did from memory, which is so hard for me. I cannot draw or paint or do anything from memory. This was the one that I did from life, yeah. And then this is the one that I did from a photograph, which is definitely the best one. I love working from photographs. Here, did some like freaky blind contour of skeleton, ladder. That was everything interesting for the sketchbook. It was my first class, so I'm not really surprised that was uninteresting. First big drawing to start with because I like this one probably the least. I tried to do like a kind of comic-y style, which is like not my style of drawing at all. So here we have, I need like a better way to hold this. I have like a giant monster here eating a person, and then I did this with like a really fine tip pen and then some gray markers, and we have him like he's freaking gargantuan. Okay, he's huge and he has warts and he's gross. And then we have this like comic book sci-fi like space girl, and she's about to get into a fight with him. Yeah, I don't really do stuff like that now because it's just not my thing. And this was like the second art class that I took, and we had a self-portrait project. So like this is like all crinkled. I don't care about this one's just like a self-portrait project I had to do. We did it with like pen, pencil, watercolor, tinfoil, tissue paper, little alien spaceship. Yeah, I don't know what that is either. This is another one of my least favorites. This one I was in a huge rush to do this assignment, so I did it like as fast as I could. This is a charcoal portrait of my younger sibling when they were little, just like them in front of this fence and like wearing this like striped swimsuit. I don't know. I liked the clashing patterns of like the background and then the one on their swimsuit. These are all these drawings are 18 by 24, I think. And yeah, this one is charcoal. I like working with charcoal. This is kind of more like stuff that I normally do. This is another weird one that I did this in like an hour and then like didn't really like how it turned out. So it took me like this little boy with a bug, like in the reeds. I don't know. He was like, you see the little bug down there, the light thing. I don't know. I kind of hate. I didn't even end up turning this one in because I was just like, it didn't turn out how I wanted it to. I was trying to do something like, see if I could do a drawing really fast. I don't know. Oh, this is like a still life that I started and we did still lifes in class with like live props, and I started this one but I didn't have time to finish it. So it's like a animal skull and then like the fabric in the back, and then I was starting the crow but I didn't have time. So that. I put 2 of my drawings on the wall just as a decoration because I felt like I needed more decoration. I did this one in my second drawing class. It's like kind of an abstract charcoal drawing of my laundry pile. You can kind of find like there's like the edge, like the bottom of like a pair of jeans. That's my bra, obviously. And then like you have this like waist of my sweatpants and then a belt and pants right there. But the rest of it I kind of left as like this unidentifiable blob. So it's kind of just like, I don't know, a mix of representation and abstraction. I actually like how this one turned out, so that's why it's on my wall. And then here I have this drawing. Probably took me the longest out of them all. This drawing probably took me around 30 hours. The assignment was to focus on negative space, I believe. And so this is kind of from a picture, kind of from my imagination. Like I used a reference picture for the net and for the fish, but overall it's imagination. So we have like that fish there, that dead fish there, that fish there, that fish hanging like outside of the net, but then most of it is kind of filled in like just with whatever I felt like looked like a fish. Like I added like pieces of fins and like scales in some places, but it is also kind of playing with abstraction. Like it's obviously a net with fish in it, but like a lot of it is abstracted. And I did this with a pencil, and I didn't even have a blending stump, which made it so difficult. I blended all of this with my finger, and I wanted to die drawing this drawing. Overall, I like how it turned out. I kind of did, so like the net up here, I added the net in the background, that's the like dark in between, and then I drew the outline of these shapes here, and then left, like, you see what I'm saying? Like they're outlined here and then there's just negative space here. So like that's, I don't know, I tried to do something cool for the prompt. And I like how this one turned out too, so that's why this one is on my wall also. Okay, the sun went down in the middle of me filming this, so sorry, we have horrible lighting now. These 2 are my favorite because they took a ton of time and they were like relatively meaningful compared to the others. I like to do a lot of work based on memories and family, like nostalgic kind of memories. So I'll show this one first. This is a drawing that I did. It's a picture of myself placed onto like a fictional background. So the what I'm sitting on is kind of inspired by this quilt that I had as a child. In the actual picture I'm not sitting on a quilt, but I just added that. And then that's me when I was probably like, I don't know, 8 maybe. I did this with graphite. I don't know, I kind of like how it turned out. Like I like how my dress kind of matches with the background, and it kind of looks like a quilt, but it also kind of looks like cornfields or like something. I don't know. I'll give you a closer look at it. And I like how the shading on my hair turned out. It's not exactly like picture accurate, but I don't know. That's me. I like how this one turned out. This was actually meant to be a diptych, but I didn't have any time to do the second drawing because this one took me so long. This one, this was my first ever charcoal drawing, and this one turned out really good. Like surprisingly good for what I expected. This is also me, I think, obviously, I hope obviously. This is a picture that my friend took. It's a film photograph, so I tried to emulate the like the flash. Hopefully you can tell that it was taken with like a really strong flash. That's why my arm and like the side of my face are so bright. It's a picture of me sitting on the ground eating a bowl of spaghetti and like laughing because I was getting my picture taken. I don't know, it wasn't funny, but I don't know. And I don't know, I liked the contrast of the dark background with the carpet, and I thought the composition would make a good drawing. So here it is. I want to show this one close up with the back camera because there's some details that I want to show. Here it is with the back camera. My favorite part of this drawing is actually weirdly the reflection on the fork, like the bright spot that I left on the fork. I don't know, I just feel like from far away it looks so shiny, like a fork. I don't know, I was really surprised with how this came out. Sorry, it's kind of like bent over my leg, so it's getting a little warped, but yeah, I'd never drawn with charcoal before, and I was very afraid that it was going to turn out really bad and then I wasn't going to be able to erase it. So here it is. I like all the texture that I was able to get with charcoal. I really like charcoal. I haven't drawn with charcoal in a long time, but I want to do some more charcoal drawing. And the spaghetti in the bowl were really, really hard to draw. That's why they look kind of bad. But overall, I like the piece. The last drawing that I'm going to be showing is, oh, here we go. I'll just show it to you. This is the last drawing. This one took me second longest. It was extraordinarily painstaking. This is a drawing of me. It's a picture of me inside of a pile of stuffed animals. These are all of my childhood stuffed animals. The composition of this picture was so striking, I guess, and I thought it would make a really good drawing. I'm also going to show this one with the back camera. Textures for this one were so difficult, like getting the just the hair on this doll alone probably took like 2 hours to get the hair to look right. Like I like, for the darker pieces I shaded them and then did the texture on top. I just had to keep sharpening my pencil over and over and over to get those really fine lines. And then like the texture on like this bear, like compared to this bear, was super different. And then the texture of like this dog's fur, that was so challenging. I don't know, there's just so many textures to work with in a picture like this. And it was also really difficult the way the stuffed animals kind of gets like fuzzy, like in the parts where they're like mushed together, where there was not something as distinguished to draw. But I mean, here it is. I'm also happy with how this one turned out. I think it turned out really cute. Obviously, you know, it's not photorealistic either, but for what it is, I think that it turned out very cute. Next, on to my paintings. I just took painting for the first time this year. I'm in my second painting class right now. My first painting class was very, very fun, and I'm going to show you my favorite paintings from it. So this is my first painting. I did a little bit of oil painting in like 9th grade. I watched like a lot of Bob Ross on YouTube, and so my parents got me some oil paints for Christmas, and I did like, I think like 4 or 5 Bob Ross tutorials. But other than that, I never painted before, so painting is definitely a big challenge for me, just because I feel like painting is a little bit less intuitive than drawing. But so here, our first time, it was a black and white still life. This is just like a boot that I got from Goodwill, on my boots. It's really shiny, and so it was really fun to paint. This is a still life. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. Here it is. I was pretty happy with how it turned out. I don't know what my other paintings are, now that I think about it. I have a couple other paintings I would like to show, but I don't know where they are. I'll insert a picture of them now. Okay, this one is my bag. Painting of my bag. No, I think that's the only other one I want to show. If there's another one, I'll put it right here. I don't know what it is, but if it's there, it's here. Okay, next, I have this picture that I took when I was in Oregon on a family road trip. This is, I took this picture because I thought the tree was really pretty, and then there was like this little pink tree here with this red like A-frame house. I just thought it was really cute and made a really good picture, so I turned it into a painting. So here it is with the back camera, just because it was kind of hard to see. I don't know. Again, I was also really unhappy with this painting. I kind of like it more now, but I like the colors. We'll say that. I like the colors. Next, I have some paintings that I did this week, actually, for the painting class that I'm in right now. For reasons that I won't get into, I don't really like this class, but so therefore I don't really like these paintings, because these paintings are a lot more rushed than my other ones. But this is an egg tempura painting that I just did. It is also from a picture that I took. I kind of started leaning into abstraction because I've been having to paint really fast this quarter. So this is kind of an abstract painting, kind of based on a photo. I don't know. And then this is another kind of abstract painting that I did from a photo. This is a photo I took at the Goodwill bins, just a laundry or a shopping cart full of clothes. I actually like how this one turned out. Kind of abstract, kind of still life. Has a lot of interesting colors. Yeah, I don't know. I like that one too. And then I just recently did this one. This is two camels. I took a picture of these two camels at this camel zoo. And so then I did a pretty abstract painting of the two camels. I don't know if you can even like tell what's going on. Let me show you with the back camera. So here are the two camels. I really like how like shiny. I don't even know how this turned out so shiny and weird, but I like it. This is the first camel. This is like his nose, and then his eye is here. It was like his fur on the eye was kind of lit up, and then he had these long like little whiskery eyelash things. And then this is his neck, and then his body went back this way. So that's him. They both kind of had different auras going on. This guy was a little more blue green, and this guy was a little more brown purple yellow. So I think I like this guy. This guy turned out really cute. This is his back like haunch, and then this is his neck. This is his eye. You can see his eye was open. It's the yellow and like brown right here, and then underneath this is like the like top and bottom of his eye right there. And then he was chewing on this little piece of grass that you see right here and right here and right here. This is his little mouth, his little mustache, his little nose, and the sun was shining on him right here, his little ears. And then in the background we just have some rocks and plants that they were in front of. I don't know. I really hated how this came out too, and then I sent it to my friends and they liked it, so I don't know. Now I think it's all right. Hey, and somehow that is almost everything. I have one last painting to show. This is my biggest painting, so I saved it for last. This is the last painting that I made in my first painting class. This is a canvas that I stretched myself. We were learning how to stretch canvas. Can you see better? This is a picture, this is a film picture that I took of me and my friends when we were on a trip in Berkeley. I don't know, I really liked the way that they were laying, and the actual picture is a lot prettier than the painting. But it has a lot of fun colors. I don't know. What I really like about this painting is the light. I added like the you can see the light shining through the blinds on their legs, which I really like. And I think that, let me show you with the back camera. Happy with how his face came out. I like the lighting on his face, and like how it's warm right here, and then like his hands I think turned out nicely, and I'm actually pretty satisfied with how he turned out as well. I like his shirt, how you can see the purple coming through. And then I don't know, I tried to not take, I'm happy with her as well, but I'm also not, I don't really like the color that I did for the shirt. I like the pants and the belt, and it just, I feel like they turned out more accurate than Haley did. So I don't know, I tried to kind of have fun with this painting, not take it like too seriously. I was trying to make my other paintings not accurate. I mean, I don't know, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get it photorealistic like I can get closer to with drawing. Painting is a lot harder for me to do realistically, so I kind of just let some things slide, and I don't know. In my paintings, I really like to be able to see the brush strokes, and I don't know. Is that paint or charcoal? What's all over me? Charcoal. Anyways, that is the end of my portfolio tour. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Any questions, comment them down below. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you hated every single piece, let me know. That's still valuable feedback. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.